guys, it's Tarkin coming at you with another game of Total Warhammer 3. Back here with Khalida again. The patch went live, so now it's 6.3 proper, not the 6.3 beta. But of course, things are going great for us. We have everything you see here in the light desert-colored thing. That's me. The Court of Liberas. And, well, right now we don't have any enemies. Teclis is our vassal, which is awesome. And Arkhan the Black is... he has a little bit of land down here. He's far from home, and I don't think he has very many armies. And we are going to take just all of his stuff. We are going to sweep over his lands, and he's not going to be able to do anything about it. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. We have like 9 armies. We're recruiting all sorts of good stuff. We could probably get even better things over here. Yeah, because we got Tomb Guard access, and then yeah, we have all these armies, and we'll be able to swing them over. And we've got a couple at home here, you know, doing responsible at-home army stuff, like standing still. Very important to have some standing still armies. But we can start recruiting our cool monstrous units here. I mean, we can recruit them other places too, but here is good. And then we can, you know, we can shuffle them over to the war effort, because the global recruitment will just take too long. I mean, probably. And we don't have any access to the cool monsters in the middle of everything here. We'll need basically no more preparation. Again, because Tomb Kings are army limited by technology or by purchases in the mortuary cult, it's pretty unlikely that he's going to have more than just a small handful of armies. He certainly won't have like 9 like I do. So if we just knock down a couple, then, you know, once you get through the army caps and all, then it's pretty good stuff. And we finish some things. The patch went live, so as opposed to before where these gave 10 vampiric corruption, now they limited it down to 5, which is much more reasonable. That's not going to keep us from doing it. We weren't going to do it anyway. We just want to keep on making our random dudes a little better. Maybe that's not the right thing to do, but we're going to do it. I think this guy's got a book. Let's check. Nicolander, Eyes of the Jungle. Oh, yeah. All right, so... and this will let us get Shadow Priests, which is the lore of shadows. And then also be wins for all the armies. And, yeah, okay, so... this guy he's sort of walking right to us, isn't he? We want to get in position to just totally bushwhack Arkhan if we can, because Arkhan is, yeah, in the middle of this ocean. So, no... what better place than here? What better time than now, right? Like, we're just gonna... we can go, like, here and raid him. No, we can't. But yeah, because this king has a beat-up army, and he has, like, some cool units, because Arkhan gets access to cool vampire units, but, like, fundamentally, he's not going to be able to do too much against me. We're going to get set up here. No, set up we can go. Neferkari the Coward, does he have siege attacker stuff? Yeah, Tomb Scorps can go right in. Yeah, he's in so much trouble. We're going to be able to take, like, all of his land just so quick. Oh, well, Arkhan's a jerk. He deserves it. Look, no, you're not going to find me over here shedding a tear for Arkhan the Black. He's awful. Arkhan's a bad dude. We don't have time to get into all of it right now, but he's as close as pure cartoon evil as you get in this game. Sort of that close. There's a lot of cartoon evil in Warhammer. He is some of it. We're going to take this growth building here because we have... wow, 6k a turn. That's so good. That's so good. Trade kicking off a little bit. You know, we just need to... I think we just need to start building all the income buildings. Even though... no, we need to keep on being reasonable because we're going to have... yes. I'm like, no. I was getting way ahead of myself there. We gotta get more... Yeah. Because Necrosphinxes are just so cool. And we have so much money, and we're about to have a whole lot more, of course, because... Oh yeah, and the Bagar Pyramid. Oh, we need to build that more, probably. Yeah, that's more important than an army cap building. Alright. Everything is awesome. Cetra is going up to fight these vampires, so that'll either work out for him or not, you know, whichever. We could also declare war on these Disciples of the Maw and move up there. That would work. We're not really limited for greedy areas right now, though, because we are... Garrison Lord not moved. Where? This one? This one. Alright, so he's going to recruit a bunch of Tomb Guard halberds for this army. Like a lot of them, yeah. And then he will zoom on over to provide heavy metal reinforcements. This is going to go so well. And Nicolandor there. I don't think rogue armies just attack you, but sometimes they do, so we don't want to... We don't even know what's in this guy's army right now, but... I mean, with 2 armies, we could definitely beat him. This guy wants a peace treaty for money? How dare he? I mean, that's not even very much money. It would make Cetra annoyed with us, which is fine. I mean, why don't we? Yeah. We don't, like, work for Cetra. He thinks we do, but we don't. And actually, you know, the more annoyed Cetra gets with me, the better. I think he'll be fine. I don't think he's going to get too mad about whatever I do. And if he does, you know, kick rock, Cetra. Okay, so this is... Oh my goodness. This is the rogue army that we have to beat for one of the books, and it's got a lizard man plus wood elf army. So Wood Elf monsters and cavalry, Wood Elf way watchers and dryads, and then temple guards, Saurus. This is a crazy army. I mean, we could probably beat it with ours, probably. Certainly, if I reloaded it a couple of times after I lost, I could probably do it. Do we move on them now? I think so. Nobody in Setup's army has Siege Attacker. This guy is the Scorpo, which has it. Yep, let's go. This will give an opportunity for Neferkari the Coward to reclaim his honor. That's never going to happen. We're going to hold that against him for the rest of time. But... we will be able to have a big old fight here, you know, without our faction leader, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Now, we're just going to have to run and take some walls and then fight. I'm sure it'll be fine. The reason we have to do that is because... oh yeah, never mind. We've got this crazy swarm ability. I'm sure we'll be fine. Anyway, let's get to it. We got our lord on a chariot. Their guy is on a chariot also, so we don't have to worry too much. Yeah, you know, this will be fine. A rousing war. Auto-resolve just hates Tomb Kings, which is good because it makes you fight more. Because they don't have that big of an army here, right? Oh, and they've got... it's set up like a... this is like either a Bretonnian or an Empire town. Looks like the Empire. But maybe it's, maybe this is like a Nagash. Or maybe this is where Arkhan's places look like. Just very, very evil. Alright, let's get to it. So we want to set up with minimal tower attack. That'll mean over here. And we'll just blob, and then we'll do another blob over there. I mean, over here is fine too. It'll take a few more minutes to get here, but then we can go and then meet over there. Nah, it'll be equally easy to micro on either side. Yep. Alrighty. So no arty to worry about. Just pure power. We've got one ranged unit. A bunch of heavy Ushabti hitters. Chariot smash. Tomb prints on foot. Good. So we can just get all of these guys in a block. And our chariot core. Alright. So after just a little bit of time, this whole place will come over too, and we'll be able to just charge up and probably just walk right in this wall and then walk around them. Because if they're going to front load everything over here, and it looks like they are, then, you know, no real worries for us. Of course, the priest is getting beat up by arrow fire. You know, they're smart enough to shoot at the scary guy. The archers on the wall would be better at fighting than my guys not on the wall. Do we send Karan warriors to take it? Yes. We will put them on both sides of the wall and then see if we can get our archers up a little better. This Tomb Swarm ability is really huge damage. We got 20 seconds for the rest of our army to come in. So that's okay. We're going to be in this gate very quickly, and then we'll be able to start this brawl in earnest. I'm going to start by putting the hurt on this Tomb King. We'll just burn him all the way down if we have to. We'll spin all of them off there, and then this one. And we've got a big old brawl going here. If we do this strike here, do we hit just like everything? I think we hit just like everything. And this is going to be, this is like our special ability from whatever thing we just got. So this is going to really, really melt just really terribly all of their stuff. It's going to be great. Here, we hit the Helm of Discord, Desert Strike. Our chariots are like tied up. We need to just like get them out of the melee if possible. Because the chariot always wants to be cycling around, and if you can get away with it, then you're in good shape. And man, oh man, did that thing put the hurt on. Very good indeed. Alright, so our archers here are probably tied up everywhere and trying to, yeah. So we'll just tell them to get on top of the wall, and hopefully they'll be able to do it. Alright, the Tomb Guard halberds are right here. We need to get somebody onto them. We don't really have anyone that's super good at dealing with those guys. Like, Ushabti are okay, but they're very good against Ushabti. Really, the best thing we've got is archers, but we only have so many of them, and the so many is not so many. However, we're all doing fine here. The balance of power is solidly on our side, and in just like a short amount of time, we're going to breach all these walls. Oh, Realm of Souls Ushabti behind. We're just going to tie them up with spears. They are a summon, so they will disappear. However, you know, you don't want to let them run over your archers or whatnot, so dealing with them is good. Now, in 35 seconds, we're going to be able to just melt this blob again. We just need to get our chariots moving back a little bit. It's okay that the Ushabti are crashing in here. I mean, it's okay-ish. And these archers are trying to get up there. Some of them are getting up there. 17 seconds on the cast. And we're just going to go ahead and charge into these old halberdos here. Hey, Luke, good afternoon. See, how dare you share a board with me? This is the only acceptable response to the shattering. Indeed, indeed! You've been rewriting your Minecraft Great Book of Grudges. I love it, I love it. You might be more flower than usual if you don't stop yourself. Well, don't feel a need to stop on my account. You know me. I have nothing but a delight in a fancy prose style. This is gonna melt him. Oh my god, it's so good. It's just, I mean, 75 to 150. Oh my god. And you get 2 uses of it in a battle. It's so good. And, you know, a perfect time for us to use it against our foe here, Arkhan the Black, who, outrageously, was here. I mean, can you believe it? The temerity! Like, did we get in here yet? No? Come on, guys. Alright, Tomb Scorpo, we're just gonna dive in. Alright, we're gonna... Alright, you know, it's not over here because, well... Once this Helm of Discord goes on, though, that'll be good. Alright, do I have, like, a Doom and Darkness overcast? Well, we got a little bit of one. If we cast it on, like, these Tomb Guards, will it be enough to make them waver? Yeah, if we hit them here... So, like, this is sort of, like, bad, but if we get them crumbling, then it'll start them taking a bunch of damage, right? And then... Yeah. See, this is fine. Because the crumbling, that'll get them taking damage constantly, and then their leadership should go down. Yeah, it's the effectiveness of doing 14 to 28 damage a second, but with ensuring that they'll crumble. And otherwise, it would have taken a little bit of time. Maybe not my proudest moment, but a proud moment nonetheless. After all, we didn't have a whole lot of other uses for winds going on there. Of course, we're taking some arrow fire from that direction, but it looks like they're mainly going into, well, you know, to the rabble, to the skeletons. Let it be in the so-called trial chambers are an insert to our kind. Trace Sharp's higher in rank and skill. I gave me your chance of acquiring mace to without reward. The mockery of dwarven labor until mace was slain and its justice be made right. All timbers discovered. Uncovered shall be sure to cover in defiance. Let me know in the house field. Only when we take its spite, so it is written. Love it. Love it. Amazing. Looks like these Ushabti are taking the long way in. That's okay. Looks like these chariots are fighting dire wolves head to head. Probably they got the charge on them because normally chariots can beat wolves. But in prolonged combat, you know, a chariot unit doesn't really thrive. Speaking of thriving in prolonged combat, we're going to Spirit Leech no one. We're going to Spirit Leech these chariots here, because they're, you know, something we could do. We don't have Overcast Doom and Darkness. We do. That's a Spirit Leech. We don't have Overcast Doom and Darkness. We do. Alright, so we can do this for... Oh, this is the other priest that's over here. That's right. That's why we didn't have it there. Anyway, we're not going to cast that. I was like, I thought for sure I already tried to do that. He doesn't have it. Well, I bet he wouldn't have done very well at casting the Spirit Leech from that range either. Helm of Discord for the big old debuff. And then now we're about to start melting through. Because, you know, once you hit the Helm of Discord, the Tomb Guard Halberds go to 5 attack. You know, the Crypticals go to 14. We're taking some archery fire, but if it weren't for that... Alright, can we just shoot at the Skeleton Horse Archers from here? Can we just turn and melt them? Because I bet it won't take long. Yeah, there we go. Never should have come here. Amazing. Speaking of amazing, let's look at the other side of the map where we're doing something. Like running over this barricade. We need to get to the center of the town, but we got to go to this one first. So we're just going to run over there. Everyone's going to run over there. You know, this is the rare moment where you have enough troops and they don't. Okay, they all got army lost. Right as I'm like, we should take the city, they all crumble into dust. Alas. Yeah, I didn't have too much trouble getting a mace in my Minecraft hardcore world. I got it pretty early. Man, the trial chamber. So, a fun fact about the trial chamber close to my spawn where I live and stuff in my hardcore world, near that mountain. Like, right underneath it is a trial chamber, right at the base of the mountain, basically, towards where the village is. Right underneath that trial chamber is the deep dark that runs underneath the spawn mountain and underneath, like, everywhere where I live. It's all right down there. And I knew it was there, but it's still surprising. Okay, so anyway, the auto-resolve said I was going to lose. Sure, buddy. Sure. I think we did okay. The Ushabti positively feasted and took very little damage, relatively. You know, but that's where they want to be. When you have, like, the vampire faction or this faction, when you have high defense meat shields, like spears, skeleton spears, that kind of thing, and then something like Crypt Horrors or Ushabti to back them up, it's a really good combo for the sustained grind. Because the little guys stop the big dudes from getting surrounded, and the big dudes get to pick their targets and just wail away. It's awesome. King setup gets a horse, and we're immediately going to take it away because horses get you killed. Chariots could be good, but horses only get you killed. We'll give him the spotter's spyglass, why not? Say it's ready to win by victory points, unless you're being cheeky. For real, for real. The best you can do is convince the AI to move around sometimes and blow up towers and stuff by taking it. Alright, so the Pirates of Sartosa are right here. Speaking of, there's like a book in Sartosa, right? So we're gonna, you know, we'll get that. Oh. I was like, is that Arkhan? No, the Pirates of Sartosa and Arkhan the Black, you know, from far away and from kind of close, look like exactly the same thing. But, so Arkhan's like trying to sail home up here. The Deadhead Monoliths, Yulin Win, my faithful assistant here, working for Teclis. Teclis needs more money? No, he's in attrition areas. Well, he should run around and take that now that we're at war there. And then we will move here. Yes. Senotep the Betrayed coming in, bringing some heat. King Thutep. You know, just gradually meandering across the lands. You're out of grudges for now? Nice. Post to rewrite the Great Grudge book is up to 30 pages. 2 pages for grudge and 2 pages for example. But being out of grudges is wonderful, you know. Some would grumble and say that you're not doing a good enough job recording the grudges, but I bet, you know, it's just what a good job satisfying the grudges you're doing. And Senotep the non-betrayed, Senotep the logistician. He's about to have a stacked army to dash on over here. Because I guess afterward it's Savage Orcs or, you know, maybe Clan Moors. Maybe we just hit them. Because, I mean, Tweak Headtaker has 6 settlements. It might be a good time to just beat the brakes off him and not let anything happen. There's, you know... There's also the fact that Cetra's right here, but ideally we would get somebody to hurt Cetra, and then we would, you know, swoop in, so... But who would dare? Who would dare harm Cetra with our power protecting him, after all? Speaking of our power, we're just going to swoop right in here with our power and take Zandri. And just like that, our power reigns across the land, and we take our worship of Petra, because, I mean, of course, look at what we've done to Arkhan the Black. His lands are forfeit. They fall before our mighty attacks. This dude says he'll win, but you know what it really means is we can march stance to reinforce. And the Great Desert of Araby is a peculiar place indeed. Okay, so it gives you, as you go, a little bit of research rate. It's just like a mausoleum. Is this like where he's supposed to be from? Lost Tombs. Wow, okay, well, it gives you perfect vigor for those guys. I guess I looked at this, I just didn't realize this was this area. Okay, yeah, well, tons of growth. It does cost 200 gold a turn, but I mean, yeah, the marble should pay for that. The Great Desert of Araby. Maybe Arkhan makes a unique thing here or something. But perfect vigor for Ushabti is pretty sick. 3 more grudges against slimes for existing. Slime chunks are such a huge pain when you live at the same levels where they spawn. I guess, yeah, because I've only lived at sea level or slightly above, like in a tree, or, you know, like, you know, on like a normal sort of big hill meadow, like, you know, not like a mountain properly even ever. Alright, here we take this and then just go to Ushabti, I guess. I did notice that the thing that gives you spell resistance gives you terror for the Lich Priest, so that's pretty sweet. I mean, it's not relevant right now, but it will be good later, which means we don't take it right now. We need to get Purple Sun here. And then we start getting the elite tie-ins. You gotta have the elite red skills. It's the only way that you can feel awesome about being in the game. Alright, here we just keep on keeping on. With the way the priests and setup are in the province, you know, we're now recruiting at level 5, so that's pretty good. And of course, we've still got our special legions that we've got access to, and all of that, who are really good. Man. So the Sartosan pirates are coming here. They're not even at war with Arkhan, which is very funny. Alright, yeah. Arkhan can't do anything about this. I seriously think he had 2 or 3 armies. Maybe, I think maybe just 3, right? I think he starts with an extra one, if memory serves. But yeah, like, you know, maybe one wasn't home. I mean, we did beat on one already. Ah, the Oracles of Tzeentch have attacked us. Well, this'll give Cetra something to do. This won't make Cetra lose his lands, but it'll give him something to do. And, like, again, while I would prefer Cetra to break the agreement with me on his own, if it comes down to it, we'll just break the military alliance and maybe have to have a war with them eventually. You know, what are you going to do? Alright, advanced military buildings. Yes, please. The Black Tower of Arkhan has an unusual location. These show up all the time, and I love them. Sometimes they're a little annoying, but they're always very... Oh no. Okay. 5 control, 20 Nurgle corruption. Chance for characters in this region to gain a trait associated with this location. Chances of plagues breaking out. I $4 grand to get rid of it. Oh man, that's rough. I think we'd get rid of it anyway. I don't want to find out. Yeah, I don't want plagues in my area. Maybe the trait's good. Yeah, I haven't either. I have not either. Must be one of the new ones. You know, I almost think we should. You know what? Why shouldn't we keep it? What's the worst that'll happen? A bunch of plagues will ravage our lands? You know, it doesn't sound great when I say it like that. I meant it in a positive way. And we can get salt. The Ushapti building cost 800 with my current effects. Oh, I guess it's just the level 2 one. That's still pretty good, though. Alright, so... Oh, that's good. And at Antok, we'll take another Ushapti building. Probably should have used our money on another army. Here, we're just stacking growth for 4 more turns so that we can get level 5 at our place. And who's the guy? We should just check in the tech tree. It's Thutep who needs to be at home for this. And I've got him. Oh yeah, I've got him all the way over here. Well, he's not gonna get there in time. You know, he is actually here at the right time though. So now the Black Pyramid will level up in 1 turn because of the effects that we have. Oh man, that's pretty good, huh? You know, running him around and leveling stuff up when he's in there, pretty good, pretty good. And here, we're just taking this before anybody else can see, hey, they look weak here. And if they attack me, you know, maybe they'll win, but they'll be sorry, you know, before too long. Neferkari the Coward will move up here and take Phyrus. Easy peasy. The lemon squeezy, we get this whole place clean and we're broke. But I guess, yeah, it's time to get this book, huh? Alright, so we didn't even tell them to join, and now Teclis has broken his vassal treaty because of it. Man, that's fun. Well, you know, it lasted a little while. If I want to know what the trade does, yeah, why not? Alright, so we've got our Tomb Swarm ability because it's still active. It's so good. Alright, so anyway... This shouldn't be too tricky. I mean, they've got a scary army, but our artillery is better. Yeah, they just got a big old Steggy, and not any real artillery besides that. The Way Watchers could potentially melt down, like, Khalida or something, but if we just send out the horsemen far enough ahead, then that should get there. Dude, the skeleton archers are listed at 43 without Khalida even being around them to buff them. They're probably going to be listing like 70, and then they'll have Hawkish Precision. They're going to be listed at like 70. They're going to be firing every like 4 seconds. The Father's Clown. 100% plague spread. Yikes! And we should give this to the chariots. Alright, let's get to it. 50 growth, that's pretty good. 10 duration of plague. Man, if you could get it as like Skaven, I guess that would be good. It's probably one of those that won't show up if you're playing Nurgle, because it just sounds like pure good if you're Nurgle. Perfect vigor. Yeah. Yeah. Pestilent Decay, is that like a mortis? Alright, so our reinforcements are going to come from back there. They are Ushabti Greatbows who are just going to be able to chill and fire. Well, no, they'll need to move back here. We should set up here on the Ark. For obvious reasons. We'll be able to shoot at no good targets. We'll be able to shoot at no good targets. That's fine. Hello, Paul. How are you? It's a debuff in an area in a pestilent. Okay. What's going on here? Well, we are about to have a war against this this rogue army to get a Book of Nagash for our Tomb King faction. So unlike most factions that are just one kind of thing, this rogue army is wood elves and lizardmen. So he's got big old trees and big old dinosaurs and all of the other troops to match. There's some invisible elves in here with bows and arrows. I don't know where they are yet, but they're here. And I am the charming Tomb Kings. You know, we've got big old giants with big old arrows. We have Khalida herself. She surfs on this big snake thing. It's every bit as cool as it looks like. You know, we got everything set up, and it's about to be ready to go. What we want to do right now is not get shot by these Way Watchers. They have a much bigger range than we do by like 50. We just need to get away from that side. Now we know they're there. If they want to clump here, then we'll just shoot at them. We'll just move like a little bit forward and start shelling them here. But otherwise, we'll just wait for our reinforcements to come in if they want. I'm not, like, particularly worried about it. Khalida's right here to buff everybody. The Bone Giant is probably, like, blocking my dude a little bit. The Bone Giant will be blocking everybody if he goes over there. The Bone Giant should go right there and not in front of the other artillery. Alright, so right now they are clumping their whole army, and I'm going to just obliterate them for it. I'm gonna drop this army ability in the middle of this whole blob, and it's just gonna melt them. They're gonna lose so much before we even start this fight. This doesn't feel fair. It doesn't matter. We're the High Queen, and they shouldn't be in our desert. Boom, baby. Wood elves and lizardmen, indeed. It seems like they wouldn't get along, but I guess in this case, they do. And of course, our skirmishers are off skirmishing in the front, doing what they're supposed to. But as soon as their lord peeks out his head, does he have a mount? I think not. We should just shoot at the stego. Yeah. The Ushabti are so fast. I forget how fast they are, which is awesome for this application. You know, because we want them to get in here and get to shooting. Alright. Because here we can put all these skeletons into a front and just say move. Go attack. And then that'll be awesome. Alright, our spear's getting rear charge there. We're gonna Tomb Scorpion. Oh my goodness, the damage. My own artillery. How could it do this to me? I know where that damage came from. That was a Casket of Soul shot if I've ever seen one in my life. Alright, they get all the way into the cookie jar right here. The cavalry is just running rampant, but that's really not going to work for too much longer, okay? It's working right now. It's not going to work for too much longer. The Bone Giant has taken half of the hit points off of this Ancient Stegi already. Man, they're a good unit. Alright, and here, more of their monsters are coming in. We're going to throw this heal. We're going to throw that explosion. It's a total waste of an explosion. We didn't need it. This fight is going wonderfully. Our chariots, which could, emphasis on could, be fighting a good target like these Way Watchers, the match made in chariot heaven, we're instead chasing after these Wild Riders with shields, which, I mean, they were running while we were chasing them, so that's okay. We're going to get a spear there, a spear here, Tomb Scorpion fighting monsters, not where they want to be. We're going to Tomb Swarm. Where's the biggest block they have left? They are so beat up. I guess it's snow, because we want more infantry. All the infantry blobs have fled. We'll put it right here. And as soon as we recruited this chariot, you know, it's going to leave the army forever. That's okay. Hey, we hit some stuff. And these Way Watchers aren't shooting anybody for a little while. And it's this is Tomb King pure power, right? Like this is everything you ever want to be when you're a Tomb King. Oh yeah, and this is Tomb Kitty. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Look at him. And this is what the real gentlemen of the Tomb Kings ride on. Now, because Khalida's a lady, she surfs on a snake. She doesn't get access to the Necrosphinx mount. But it's just one of the coolest models in the whole game. I mean, look at it. Just look at it. Look how awesome it is. Gaze upon it. It smashes infantry. It's got these great animations. It fights really well against big targets as well. In spite of its stats, you know, like, it says it wants to fight infantry, but really it wants to fight everybody. It's just a really great mount. Looks cooler than anything. Can't beat it. That monster was shattered. We must have been really putting the hurt in. And their whole army is in the trash can. And that's one more book in Nagash, baby. Yeah, Mortis. Bless the Lady. Dude, you know, there's certainly a world where you get that Blessing of the Lady location early and then just say, this is the campaign now. I mean, I guess you can save the guys, the things. And if we ever play Elspeth again, we're not going to just cheese that lord in, but we're going to find out how to load in that awesome, you know, Theodore Bruckert. Was that his name? Anyway, whatever that engineer's name was. Once we get another engineer to level 20, we'll replace him. Blessing of the Lady on a steam tank, baby. Because, of course, if you can't ever break, you can't ever lose the Blessing of the Lady. Alright, so now, is this dude unbreakable? This dude is unbreakable. I'm like, how on earth is he not army lost? Well, you know what that means. Get Khalida in there. Alright, it also means we need to take our fire at will off of the artillery so that they quit shooting at us. You know, it's not going to take too many Spirit Leeches to get him. And once Khalida shows up... Oh, speaking of people that can show up, the Tomb King. And now that she has this heal everybody thing, it's so good. It's so good. 8% healing It won't resurrect them from the dead, but all you need is a Nehekara caster, which we might actually get in conjunction with having this ability. But anyway, we should probably get, like, all these spears out of here. And just get the Monster Mash. Khalida and the Necro Knights on him. Cause this fool, like, he's got 62-60. Wow, he actually does have really good stats. But they won't be good enough, you know. We'll charge the infantry out, and then we'll hit the old fast forward. We should have hit this a little while ago, now that I come to think of it. But anyway, we'll beat on this dude for a while. Unbreakable Lords are a massive pain. But, you know, at least this guy's not a good fighter. We're just knocking him over repeatedly. We're just knocking him over and over and over again. Alright, now he's gone. Okay, yeah. You're right. That's why I was thinking that, yeah. His last name started with an E. I don't know. He meant a lot to us back then. There's been a lot of Warhammer names since then. You know, we've got the whole, like, Sinotep and Neferkari the Betrayer, like, drama going on internally now that's sort of captivating most of my thinking. Alright, so the skirmishers get killed in both armies. That's fine. That's what they're there for. After all, they don't cost anything. And we get 2 grand out of it, and that's better than anything else's. And movement. Yeah. And my book. My book. And my book. And the Sphinx of Usekf is there now. The 6th book of Nagash is here. We can get Shadow Lich Priests, which is awesome. Shadows is a very cool school. You know, you get Melkoths, which is fine. You get Pendulum, which is fine. You get Pit of Shades, which is real good. Yeah. The Blessed Steam Tank. Yeah. I mean, like, wow. And they're already very good lords before you even get the Steam Tank for their other abilities, right? And then they just kick into, oh, this is certainly a superior choice, right? And then this fellow now is away. Can we get rid of him the rest of the way? No, that's too bad. Well, he won't be able to, like, really get away, I don't think, and Khalida will just... I mean, I kind of want to get this awesome Sphinxing. You know, why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we have the coolest stuff in our army? I'm always denying myself the cool things, right? Let's get the Eyes of the Desert. Let's get the Big Sphinx. Let's get all the cool stuff in the faction leader's army, even though it's excessive. Why? For the love of the game. Here we take Fata Buna. No, the bandages is better, probably. When am I ever going to actually spend it on Buna, right? Like, I'm always Purple Sun and a huge blob. Here, this is the Tomb King, so we take it for... Neferkari the Coward is probably better off getting local recruitment wherever he's at. No, getting him to increase all the Tomb Prince levels is fine. Is it fine? Tomb Guards and Chariots, melee defense on them. I mean, yeah. You can make him a chariot guy. His lightning strike is finished. We can get him to renowned and feared, even though it's not, like, ideal, just to get... No, that's recruit range, not the other one. That's right. Alright, and here, he's almost at the Kimrian War Sphinx. We'll just start making his army better. I suppose here, this dude's already Tomb Princing it up. He's... We could put him on a chariot. I sort of think that he's better off on foot. Alright, now he won't be able to even march away from where we can get him. So that's good. And Arkhan is down to... Alright, so we see here is 7, and he's only got 7. So he's got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He can run, but he can't hide, and he might even try to hide, but it won't work. So, you know... Oh, he didn't break the vassal treaty. What? That's so confusing. It sure looked like he did. I guess I didn't interpret what was going on that screen when we declared war properly. But anyway, sorry I cursed you, Teclis. You're a good vassal, and I'm glad that you were paying me in order to work for me. Now that we've got another Lich Priest access, it would be nice to have a Shadow one. They're going to start out at level 12, which is excellent. But we just need another one. I guess we can get them starting out at an even higher one. No, we've got all of the priests that we can afford, huh? No, that's not true. We can get this one. Alright, Mortuary Cult. We've now accessed a couple new things, so we can get Necrotect access. That's good. We don't have any of these yet, because we never spent any of the resource, but we might as well get one. There we go. A new servant approaches. Because we have a ton of jars, right? Yeah, we have 7,000 jars. What? So now that we have better stuff, what can we buy? We can get this leadership bonus thing, meh. We can get these boots that give the thing Vanguard, meh. We can get this item that gives you discouraged effects. Now that is good. Because it's an enchanted item, which doesn't compete with a bunch of other cool stuff, and you can get several of them. Oh, we can get Ouroboros, which gives you regen and 45% battle healing cap. Yes, please. Bye, Paul. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, so that's pretty good stuff that we just got access to through these conquests. Certainly very good items indeed. Talismans, we've got... Oh, well, we can get this amazing one. Wowza! Okay, yeah, so this will give us... This Hex, you can just knock it whenever, and it removes 48 missile block chance and armor. It's got a range on it, and it's got 20% ward save, so yeah. You know, let's just go ahead and get that. You can only get one of the purple items, typically, if I remember how this works, yes. But you can get all of the blue ones you want forever. Here, this weapon will give us 50% spell resist. You know, that would be pretty good if we were worried about spells, which we're not particularly. Here, this icon for reload time reduction. I mean, it could be good. We're down to 5,000 jars. What we need to do is... Well, no, even if we had tons of money, we still wouldn't be able to use them for that. Yeah, we're sort of money limited. Let's go ahead and get... Let's get another Ouroboros for another guy, and then we can get... Yeah, another one of these death masks. No reason not to. Oh, Luke, yes. I did not see that you mentioned it. Maybe you weren't in the chat whenever I was, or you weren't around your computer in a previous stream the other day. But yes, I did buy it. I also bought all of the remaining DLCs for this game. So now we have all of the Warhammer stuff and Three Kingdoms, which we will be playing tomorrow. But yeah, I already got it and downloaded it. And I am excited to play it. I just, you know, I was so into this campaign, I kind of wanted to play it. And plus I knew, you know, even a 2 hours is like a good for where we're at in this campaign. But I figured if I got to playing Three Kingdoms, I would want, you know, to be able to dedicate a day to it. As we've talked about before, while I didn't get the game, I am a very interested party in the greater universe. And I'm very, very excited to... jump in and see what we can do for the forces of Shu. Yep. Picked it up and I was like, oh man, it's so cool. And like on the banner in Steam, like Guan Yu's there with his Guando down, and I'm like, look at him, he's all right there. Look at his beautiful flowing black hair. Look at the majestic green of his robe, you know. Like, look, it's him. Can't you see it's him? And then everyone around's like, you're shouting about the guy. And I'm like, yeah, it's Guan Yu. You weren't listening. You don't know. Yeah, I'll definitely be excited to see your input there. All right, we're going to get rid of this carrion building. The public order is not a problem here anymore. It hasn't been a problem in a little bit. And, you know, now that we have an extra army to just hold on to this land. So, what next? Well, we're doing this. I guess it's time to root out these Skaven here because they don't serve any utility. Now that the war with Kairos has begun, which, I mean, he declared on us, which, I mean, good, right? Good. But, alright, we just need to end this turn because, yeah, everything is going great. You know, we don't really need the jar ability anymore, do we? Not getting a 10 to me kind of is annoying, but no, let's just, yeah, let's start getting our random Tomb Kings, the more combat-oriented. We've got plenty of jars now. Maybe not, like, forever, but I bet, like, if we just keep on getting into fights, I bet the jars will just, like, sort of take care of themselves, right? Here, Preototen. We get Lightning Strike, and then we will dedicate him to... God of the Earth, this one? Better Tomb Guard, better Chariots. It's like, they don't have to have an identity. We can just put them all to Assyrian to be able to recruit anywhere that we happen to be. That's a good generic one. So Tolathor, we should just move down this way. Yeah. Cetra's at home with his army. Look what a good job he's doing. Oh, he's level 21. Good job, Cetra. I'm just playing. I like Cetra. He's my friend. We're allies. I even mean it. I totally mean it. I mean, he's doing a good job here. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him dealing with the foe. I can't believe these dwarves are still alive. Yobe is a good faction to start the game with, you say? Awesome. Awesome. Recruitment try to generals. Better use on general as they level up. Yeah, I've read in like the Total War subreddit that Three Kingdoms had a very excellent sort of like campaign strategy thing, and like the way that the generals worked, and like spies and diplomacy and stuff, that it was very well done, which is exciting because in Warhammer, you know, like that's not the most detailed part of the game, is it? I mean, like, I'm not complaining. I love this game, but it's not the most detailed part of the game. We're gonna grab the Ushabti right here. Yeah. Before too long, we'll be getting, like, single-turn global Ushabti recruitment, and that is gonna be very awesome. It'll just be a few turns, and we'll be able to really ramp up basically every place we have. I don't love that we have a chariot place here, but we, like, sort of needed one somewhere, I guess. I don't remember why we have that. Yeah, like, all of the Three Kingdoms are very interesting, and there are characters within each of the what I would think of as the major, factions of Shu and Wei and Wu that are all like so compelling, but like Shu is just so awesome. Like Guan Yu and Zhong Fei are such totally unbelievably amazing dudes to have as like your right and left hand, basically. Like it's just, they're so cool. I love them. And Wei is very cool, but Wei has the problem of like being led by the boogeyman, right? So it's somewhat less fun to be like, man, let's play Cao Cao again. I sure hope he wins. Like, sure. I mean, as we know, ain't none of them won for too long, but I only hold a grudge against one guy in the setting. Ma Chao knows what he did. Yeah, Zhong Fei wouldn't be nice to work with, you're quite right. I mean, he had his issues, but, when it comes to sheer bravery. Artek. What? Alright, we gotta get every iron mine in the world, guys. I can't believe it. That's so good. That's so good. Recruit rank 1 for Tomb Princess, fine. Iron Resource, fine. Plus 1 AP damage for every unit I have. I mean, getting a couple from Thoric, that felt good. And we achieved the short victory, which gives us 15 casualty replenishment for all of our armies, which is awesome. You say that I get any of the DLC. Hold off. I got the Nanman DLC, but I didn't get like the massive package. I just got one that added, like a couple handfuls of dollars to it. But I figured, especially since like basically everyone I cared about historically the most, whether or not like from a video game sense some of the other stuff might have been cool, I figured I would just do that, first and then chip away at that. I mean, I certainly figure between the first like Oral Betrayal, let's play this Sunshine in the Blue. Maybe I need to go and grab that too, while the sale's still going on. Cause that sounds awesome. Alright, we're going to level up Black Tower of Arkham in one turn, because Thutep is the greatest administrator. I'm like, we don't need to call him that, we'll just remember. It's his trait anyway. I'm like, we don't, and it's too long. King Sinotep the Betrayed, of course, needs his name. This fool, oh, you are joking. Oh, that stinks. This guy is like... Alright, Sinotep will go here and then try to catch him on the water. Because if he moves over here to the Plain of Tuskers, we can go there. Sudenburg can protect itself better against him. This dude, yeah, so... I guess the leaders of the rogue armies get... the not Yonbo exceed. Gives me elephants if I can get them, and Greek fire from the west. That sounds awesome! Alright, well, we're not chasing this dude. We're just gonna hope that we catch him. Alright, so he can't get around to the Great Desert of Araby because it's on, like, the right side of that wall. So we're going to... ambush Khalida. Move this guy here, and we might be able to get Arkhan to move in. Because Arkhan's on his big old chariot, right? He's got his stuff. He's got like 5 friggin' skeleton summons. He's got Liber Mortis, you know, he's got all the stuff. Liber Mortis is really annoying because it's like a big physical resistance buff, but of course, Khalida gives like all of her ranged stuff magic attacks, which, okay, and actually all the stuff in her faction, all of the skeletons in her faction, not just her. King Berect gets it too. Yeah, that's so nutty. Yeah. Anyway, pretty good. So that's that. Thutep, who is definitely not Yonbo, needs to stay here. What recent event? Oh. Of this place at the Black Tower of Arkhan. Maybe I should burn this down. I mean, if Thutep the Administrator gets this trait, he's going to have to go to war. Well, Sinotep the Betrayed could get it instead. We'll just sit him there because he's going to need to build a lot of stuff here next turn. Alright, Resetra gets a building, and we're just going to get Tomb Scorps there. I mean, it's that or increasing Sepulchral Stalkers. Yeah, why not? Alright, so we need to find the one guy, Berect. He's going to be up here fighting, so this is like a brave old dude. We need to give him this this Ouroboros for regen. Khalida already has it. She doesn't really get healing capped. And anyway, we want to give her this. Alright, so this will remove her poison attacks, but 16 leadership on hit is so much more important than a poison attack is, and everything else in the army poisons too. This is also going to give her terror, so this is just generically better. And we can give... this Lich Priest, I mean, we could give him that amulet. No. Khalida needs the amulet. No, she's already got the Talisman of Preservation, so this thing is just a little better than a Talisman of Preservation plus giving you this. Well, it makes her look fancier, so she'll wear it. She's the queen, after all. And we'll give this prince the Ouroboros. And the talisman, and then we'll put him onto a chariot, because with regeneration, that should be better. Alright. We've distributed some of the stuff from the mortuary cult. And that is good. We've got access to one more talisman. What is it? Oh, it must have been this, because we built the thing for the dies or whatever. We got it, yeah. That Death Mask of Karnat is pretty good. Oh, and now we have access to the Blade of Antark, which gives you a bonus for infantry, and the Hunger, which is a heal per second that stacks with the other one, so... if you're in melee. But we're somewhat weapon limited, so let's just make a couple of those, and he's got the Doomsinger. That's right, he already had regen. Well, we'll take Doomsinger away, because the Frenzy... I mean, the Frenzy is good, too, though. Is the Frenzy better than the Hunger and plus 10 bonus first infantry? I mean, probably, because Frenzy gives you the 10 attack plus all of the other stuff. Yeah, we'll give it to somebody else. We can give the Ouroboros to somebody else too.
High Queen Khalida.
I mean, you can just give it to the Lich Priest. That'll be funny. Because Khalida, this gives her the magic attacks and bonus versus large, but... Yeah. Yeah, discourage attacks on her is very good. Discourage attacks anywhere is very good. Anyway, after a bunch of nonsense, I made a choice. Senator Neferkari to get the neural trait. Yeah, you're right. That would be a way for Neferkari to be redeemed. We should stick him there. Alright. If we take this, we get perfect vigor for Tomb Scorps. If we take this, we get even better regular dudes and faster guys. Tomb Guard, Higher Titan, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, let's just get this for the Wayfarer for those, and then... Yeah. Alright. Seems okay. Sinnertep, the totally normal guy, is just hanging out, being like, no, you thought I was... No, that's... I'm not even related to that guy. We just... everybody's named Sinnertep here, man. Speaking of, we don't have any other armies in our lands. He's got to stay put, even though he's got all the stuff. No, that's ridiculous. Well, we can just chop one of these armies before too long and then move him out. I don't know. We could just use him to declare war on the Skaven here. Why shouldn't we? I mean, we can beat whatever's there, probably. I mean, if we have 4 Sphinxes, a Bone Giant, and, like, this army, and we can't beat them, then... Keep Senator of the Unrelated. You know, we might as well do something here, right? I don't think this can come back to bite us. I think Clan Wars is in bad enough shape that we'll be okay. Gwendolyn sieging here, of course. My allies electing not to take Arkhan's lands there. It's fine. Oh, it's because Kairos Fate Weaver's coming in with the steel chair. Well, that's all to the good. We should be able to finish this up before too long. Because once you get these lands, like, it's super annoying for an AI to sail across the ocean. They don't like doing it. Players don't like doing it either. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We ambushed a guy on a Sphinx who's here with 100 dogs. It's really more like 700 dogs. And he has a casket of souls. Well, sucks to suck, buddy. Actually, I thirst. I am going to take a 45-second break. Run upstairs. Not really. I'm going to gingerly walk up them. Revise the estimate. 75 seconds. I'm going to walk up and down the stairs, grab a Mountain Dew, and we'll be right back for this battle. And more battles. Alright. So this is a great catch. Not least because any ambush is good, right? But because this would actually be like a really good reinforcing army against us, right? Because this is an army full of fast attack. I'm like, man, where's the angle? Here, because we'll be up on the hill-ish. We can roll the stalkers up around the side. Because it's like, these dogs are still going to be super annoying. They're very fast. And they won't just, like, immediately melt. But, you know, we should be okay here. So we're going to shoot the casket. They will have, you know, some good tools here with what they have. But not a bunch of really good tools. And we're just going to be able to... Oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage. The skeleton archers just really melted them, and they're not able to flank around, right? Our eyes of the desert just running right in. That's not really the fight they want. Khalida just having a party. We're gonna drop it absolutely shocking amount of arrows here. Okay, so the dogs are gonna try to charge in. Oh my goodness, their casket gets a couple of shots off. Man, oh man, you know, just a couple is enough to make it work. But yeah. You know, they hit our guys pretty bad. Our horsemen and our chariots are going to come in to try to save them. You know, they're not going to absolutely get rid of all of our dudes, but still going to be pretty good for them. And here, like while we're engaged with them, they're just trying to run. Ushabti Greatbows, like the thing is they're still Ushabti. So they don't have, like, the bonus versus infantry, but they're not just gonna fall over, right? Here, we should have used that ability a super long time ago. And this dude's trying to get away. We're not gonna let that happen. It's like in an what? Oh, my skeleton archers are getting trash canned by their Shopti summon. But, you know, so... Apparently, he thought he was going to get away. He's not going to get away. The Sphinx of Usek, which looks very cool. You know, they've got their little, their death masks on. They've got their blades a-swinging. They are so good. 950 damage, 35 bonus versus large, with a 65 listed melee attack. I mean, they truck. They beat down the foe. So I think all the lords get are the anti-infantry variant, which is good, but that shocking 950 damage... I don't even know how it's that strong. We must have some effect. Oh yeah, the Scarbrand would have boosted some damage. You know, there's a lot of stuff making us more powerful. But we absolutely trash can all of them. Perfect. Just perfect. Because that many dogs, plus chariots, plus a casket, could have been pretty annoying in a real fight. One constant thing in most of my armies is that I tend to reject having enough mobility because I want a bigger front line to protect me from not having mobility in front. Alright, we could... I think here we do take the regeneration just because we might have another fight immediately. 1,500 gold's a bunch. Alright, and here, this king attacks this king. Does he really think he can win this? He's got 3 Ushabti Great Bows and a Bone Giant. I guess we can just back up a bit, and then if he can chase me, we'll just fight him somewhere else. Yeah, alright, let's go. The post-battle loot from fighting the Tomb Kings. Yeah. It's like, here, you lose and then I'll lose, and then we'll both recruit an army real quick, and then to save on postage. Alright, so here, because they have the Ushabti, we are going to have to... The Ushabti Great Bows, we are going to have to be the side that gives battle, right? We're going to get beat up on the way in, but we're going to have a much bigger front line than them, and our archers are going to match up well against their ranged once we get in. We just want to not get too many of our things just absolutely destroyed on the way in. There's not going to be a way to protect most of it, you know. You do what you gotta do. One big ol' weird brick. And here we just want the skeleton horse archers to get like all the way around the back, not get hit by hex wraiths. We do have the magic attack on arrows, so we just want to not get hit by hex wraiths. And here we just we have to make the bone giant waste some arrows, hopefully, and you know, just see what we can do. So they have, you know, they've got archers, but they're all the big weird archers. They've got artillery, but hopefully we can distract them while we're on the way in. And if we can get around the back, because if we can just give battle here, we're going to be able to envelop them. But it looks like the horse archer is just getting really tuned up by these Ushabti Great Bows. You know, they are the natural predators there. Here, do we want to hit this right here? This seems better. And we can get, like, a whole bunch of their army in this cast. And, you know, we get one more of them. Oh, yeah, and we stop microing and get caught by the hex wraiths. Feels bad. You know, at least we're getting some damage there. We want to ride out in the front and get shot by Ushabti. Doesn't seem smart, does it? You know, at least if we keep on doing this, their artillery isn't going to shoot at our army for a little bit. Look, if we die, we die. What are you going to do? We can get another army just fine. This guy can go back home and recruit an army, and then that guy with the good army can come over here and... Because these Ushabti are getting absolutely trucked on, but, you know, it's not going to go on for too long, right? We're going to get these Ushabti on their Ushabti Great Bows, if possible. It'll probably be possible. They're not going to match up wonderfully there, but they will match up. We're gonna Spirit Leech the Hex Wraiths, because why not? Our Lord doesn't have magic attacks. These guys have magic attacks, and these guys have magic attacks. Our Ushabti charge right into their Tomb Guard Halberds. Not our best moment, but our most predictable one. And we're going to get all of our Ushabti Greatbows shooting at their Bone Giant. If I could get my chariots on their catapults, that would be good. This blob fight is going to favor us pretty dramatically. Not least because I'm going to nuke their leadership. Yes! I don't know if this is even going to work, but it could. Because if we can just get some of their leadership a little bit low, then we'll be fine. But yeah, we're gonna charge in everywhere here. We just got some guys shooting all around. We're going to trade shots here into these Ushabti, who are also going to have a couple units of archers going over top of them. And then we're going to hit this on the blob fight. It's going to hit everybody. Their skirmishers are going to run away. Not really going to matter over much. Indeed. Easy come, easy go. We are doing the infinite money glitch. You know, they think that they're winning, but we should have waited for the Doom and Darkness for a little bit longer. It ended up just being, you know, a giveaway cast. But it's all fine. We're going to keep on chasing their Ushabti with a Trash House unit. These guys are going to melt their Ushabti, though. Ushabti don't want to be in an archery duel with just regular skeleton archers. That is a terrible, terrible matchup for them. Likewise, this bone giant really doesn't want to be doing what he's doing for a living either. Hard knock life, buddy. Hard knock life. Those skeleton archers are almost out of ammo, so, you know, mine aren't. And what we're doing there is just unfocusing our range so that they will choose targets. Based on me thinking, they can probably do an alright job. The thing about target selection is if you tell them to shoot at someone that they can't shoot, they just won't shoot anybody. But if you just tell them, hey, stand here, they'll find somebody to shoot. Typically. We're going to Ushabti summon in the back here. And here, this leadership bomb will actually drop their leadership far enough to where they'll start crumbling. And that would have been a lot better to wait for, but it's still fine. And we're going to Spirit Leech their Lord here for maximum effectiveness. Their chariots are trying to get around the back. We're just going to shoot at them with the great bows. These horse archers are going to try to jump in now because, of course, they're out of ammo. So then they'll be charging in to melee combat, but I think we're army lost in them right now. Maybe not. We're winning this, though. It may not be clear, but we are winning. We're winning so hard right now. I don't care what it says on the top of the screen. We've got a ton of archers online. We're fine. And King Setup will be a very happy fellow, regardless of what happens to this army. You know, he will have proved himself in his own eyes. His own cavernous eyes. You know, it looks like there's fire there. They do that with mirrors. And I guess we finally got beat up enough there to where we can do the curse. These Tomb Guard have been fighting all year and they got 10 kills. And there's their Ushabti summon. I guess they've got 2 of them. And now their Ushabti are shooting me and I really should be hitting them. And then now we're shooting against their great bows over there. Yeah, I guess what we have on the battlefield is so beat up, it's like It thinks their 2 units of Ushabti Greybows are equal to all of my stuff. Plus their Ushabti from the Realm of Souls would be affecting the balance of power, probably. But now we'll have an archery duel. My archers are better than their archers? No, their archers are better than mine. Well, you know, we've got something to even the odds. You know, gumption. Plenty of arrows. Yeah, there we go. We just needed to shoot at their very dangerous units that were popping us all game long. Hey! I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, right? Fighting a superior force. Superior force. Look, if you only bring 15 units, they better be really good, because that's 5 units that I have extra to not let your stuff do stuff to me with. I should have saved the army ability for the blob fight twice. Would have been a lot better. You know, that's a lot of skirmishy, shooty stuff. And sure, we lost all the Ushabti, but what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? We'll take the money. And we fled back into our land, so we'll get the replenishment too. Hey. And Berekt gets the old wound recovery down, and Thutep gets the ability. Alright, so he, yeah. He's always going to be getting plagues. But if we keep the Nurgle corruption below 50, then the plague won't happen, and the corruption is there, right? So really, we just need to keep some dudes around. The fact that he got this trait is not perfect, because he's like the administrator guy, but, I mean, getting a Mortis Engine effect. The leadership thing's real good, too. The growth is amazing. The Perfect Vigor is very good, because we don't have it yet. But getting a Mortis Engine effect on a Tomb King Lord, that's nice. Black Pyramid leveled up some, so we're gonna go there. And build here. So this will give us, you know, better stuff all around and a ton of vampiric corruption here in the vault. But I mean, what are you gonna do? It's the Black Pyramid Nagash, you gotta build the vault. We're going to build this tower as well, because we need to be able to defend the Black Pyramid. Actually, the Black Pyramid's garrison's already totally nuts, isn't it? Yeah, it's totally nutty. We don't need that. Alright, so Arkhan's here in March stance. Arkhan's right here in March stance. Smart. Very smart boy. Building the vault has serious consequences? Oh. Oh no. Oh, like causing an in-game crisis. Oh. Oh. Well, maybe we don't want to build that in one turn, huh? Okay, we'll delay that. Good call. Alright, so he'll have the old Shadow Priest thing, and he'll be a very standard one, I imagine. Yes, we just get... It's like you fight one of their towns and you don't get anything, but you fight... You fight them on the field and you get the money, which, you know, sure. They're just carrying around the money in their back pocket, because that's where they keep it. And then, of course, that fool already left, so we know he's not going to be here. Alright, we could get a Necrotect, but wouldn't it be better to have one in an army that had some guys like this one? Banishment as a bound spell on them is good. All of this stuff is good. +1 recruit rank, pretty good. Banishment, though, yeah, it's... I guess Neferkari the Coward is gonna have a Necrotech to hang out. So these guys get good abilities now. They've always had like the buff to the dudes around them. You know, they can heal like Ushabti or whatever, or what have you. They can ride on a chariot. They have construction time reduction. Unit capacity for sentinels, unit capacity for all of these. Okay, well, there you go. You get unit capacity, and then this one lets you get big guy capacity. Alright, yeah, sweet. And then they have a whole melee line as well. Yeah, I feel like in 2 it did it, but I don't know if that, like... I don't even know if it's linked to... Like, because in 2, like, you did that, and then, like, you did the battle and stuff, and that was, like, the victory condition for Tomb Kings. But I don't even think that's one of the victory conditions here at all. Khalida finally gets to her yellow line at level 31. Alright, so these Sartosan pirates, we're going to have to get rid of them eventually. I mean, we're going to have to get rid of them soon, but we don't have to get rid of them right now. So we're just going to leave them alone for a second. We don't need this chariot building. Alright. Well, that went well. This whole war is going well, as long as this guy doesn't get away with something funny. Reloading time reduction for the casket and stuff. I mean, seems good. Certainly seems good. We could get those other dynasties for the vampiric corruption everywhere, because as it stands, we get control, which offsets corruption pretty well. And -5 from technology anyway, so I guess we could just get one of these. This one gives you -50 research, because the dynasties, they're like, they tell you the story, they go like in order, right? So when you get to the 6th one, that's like, this is the story of Nagash returning and, you know, the dynasty where everything gets ruined. So that's why, you know, the research goes down lower. Once upon a time, this one gave you 2 army capacity also, but it doesn't seem to be that way anymore. We're going to get that Herald, because one of these dudes has a bunch of Ushabti in the army, and we're going to give it to him. Alright, it is time to fight Arkhan. Yes, indeed it is. He's in march stance, so he's not going to be able to get away. He is, of course, the worst. He has a very cool chariot. A very cool chariot. Bunch of good abilities. Liber Mortis is nasty. 5 summons of skeleton warriors. Of course, that only recharges if he's in melee, so that's good. Still causes the corruption, though, yeah. Well, the corruption is... it's half of what it was in the beta, because it was 10 per thing, and now it's 5 per... oh, the corruption from the vault, you mean? Yes, yes, indeed. See, that, because vampiric corruption is only public order related, I think with the public order we get from the faction and just, like, having, like, a building there, it would totally negate it. Because at maximum corruption, it's only, like, -10 order or whatever, I think. Anyway, let's do it. Now, do we totally outweigh them and outclass them in every way? Yes. That's why it's going to be fun to do the battle. No chance of failure. And every chance of having a great time. And because we're Tomb Kings, the only thing we don't want to lose is the Bone Giant. Just because it'd be annoying to get another one. I can actually recruit him again. And the Casket of Souls. Everything else is fine. So we're going to move up with the Bone Giant and shoot the casket. And then we're going to... we're going to have these guys in the back on dog duty. They're going to be the anti-dog force. They're not that fast, but they will do very good against dogs. This is going to be the dog force on the outside. You know, this... we got magic attacks on Necropolis Knights. That's right, because we gave them the banner. So we're going to be able to beat up on Hex Wraiths or whatever as they go there. Ushabti Greatbows on this side to shell them as they come in, or to move forward and hit. What we want to do is just get the Bone Giant shooting the casket. Eyes of the Desert, we will have over here, and then they will, like, Overwatch fire once we catch something out here. Yeah, Eyes of the Desert do, like, really good damage. They only have 14 shots. They do laser beams. Sepulchral Stalkers require a little bit of setup, but man, oh man, do they get it done once they're there. And, you know, they've got halberds, so they have a very modest 18 bonus first large. Gets the job done. Because here, Arkhan doesn't know what's about to happen to him. I'm going to shoot his casket. He's going to hit my Necropolis Knights with, like, a Spirit Leech? Okay. You know, sure. Oh, he's going to hit him with a massive casket of Soul Shots. That's not great. We'll be fine. We're going to go around the back with the Chariots if we can. It doesn't look like we can. Because our Bone Giant is firing at the casket and doing a great job, you know. Our artillery is going. We're going to trot our Ushabti forward a little bit. Want to save our big ability until some more of them get in here. If the casket's shooting Khalida, she can seriously tank everything that they have. It's really not a worry. The worry here is that they'll overrun these Ushabti Greatbows, but Khalida will be on that side, so that'll be okay-ish. The Chariots do wonderfully, and now we're going to get the Stalkers in and fire at these Hex Wraiths. We're gonna get the Sphinx in here on these horsemen. This whole army is doing great. And yeah, we're gonna mess with all this stuff. Oh yeah, Tomb Scorpion coming in. These archers doing fine. Arkhan the Black being a menace, running around, but you know who would match up real good with Arkhan? Every single one of my dudes. Haha, get wrecked, Arkhan. Alright, we got a blob fight here. I mean, not really. We just got a dog fight here. Khalida is absolutely feasting. Arkhan, on a chariot, is fighting a large character. Here's the thing about chariots. They want mass to push small things around and do impact damage. And they want infantry to use their low melee attack against, so they can still make something of their lives. What they don't want is to be fighting monsters. Some chariots are exceptions to this. Most chariots adhere to these rules. And I think he's already toast. I think he's already in the dumpster. Oh yeah, King Berekt, Slayer of Arkhan the Black. Queen Khalida, who helped really a lot and is kind of annoyed that we gave the credit to somebody else. Ushabti Greatbows getting taken off of the map. Feels bad. You know, we'll probably lose them, but you know, maybe they'll survive. After all, they are going to be getting army lost very soon. It's just there is no cooler looking strategy game than Warhammer Total War. And this is just the same faction fighting each other, only some of them are a little ghostier. It's just so awesome. I love it. This Lich Priest is getting absolutely tuned up by these Crypt Ghouls. I mean, that's fair. These are, oh, 43. They start out 50 because they're in this army. Well, you know, we'll just run away here a little bit. But, you know, they are going to be getting army lost very, very soon. Eyes of the Desert with a respectable 900 damage. You know, if you forget about your dudes and they do 900 gold value, that's still pretty good. I was like, we should have been using this reanimate the whole time. I forgot Khalida had heals now. But anyway, you Shopty Greybow go down. Sure. Arkhan's whole army goes down. And I don't know how Arkhan's mechanics work. Maybe he can just recruit those vampire units by army caps. But what he can't do is do it all in one turn. Even on very hard, it's still going to take him a couple of turns to get a full army. And he may never have a couple of turns again. And we get this common ancillary. And we take the money, and we take the money. And, ooh. Relationship with Tomb King's fine. 25% weapon strength with fighting against vampire counts. She'll love that. I mean, not that there's a lot of vamps left to fight, but... And the Great Desert of Araby is this huge, huge chunk of a, wow, look how big this province is. It's all of this. It's all of this. This massive, massive province. And it's all for one thing. Awesome. Good stuff. Good for Khalida and Lord uses the campaign. Indeed. Indeed. But, you know, you can't just, like, avoid traits. And sometimes, you know, I remember in Warhammer 2 playing dwarves and getting the snitch trait on my lord. And it was terrible, because you would often want your lord to, like, run in front of your army to, like, soak missile damage, you know. I would have my dwarf lord standing, like, 10 meters in front of everybody else like this. And then he had stock, so they wouldn't even shoot at him, right? And he used to take a lot of damage that way. This dude's army is sick. 6 Tomb Guard halberds. You know, he doesn't have all the punch in the back, but man, the beginning of it is so good. Alright, so do we mess with the Scaven here? I mean, we don't have to. We don't have to, but this war against Arkhan's basically over. I mean, we might as well. Not least because I bet Queek will sue for peace before too long anyway, and this will at least push him back a little bit. And, like, I really don't think that he can take... Because even if he kills the army, it would take him 2 turns to get here, and then we'd have another army. Right? Right? I think right. A very angry dwarf lord. 125 the enemy's turn passive. Exactly. Exactly. And yeah, now we've got, you know, we're getting our pyramids online, which is a lot of good passive bonuses, you know, and little by little, they're really going to add up. You know, we've got Wind's Power Reserve, we've got control all around, so, like, as opposed to before, we sort of had public order things. Okay, so we get 4 from the faction, 2 from tech, and then 2 from buildings, which I think are... I don't even know where the public order's coming from. Yeah, that might be the faction-wide buildings there. So yeah, you know, we're... Even on very hard, you know, we're at relatively stable public order. through our various technologies and stuff, which is great, which is super good. And the, you know, we'll be at level 5 in the main place soon, and then that's very joyous as Tomb Kings, because you get to chop all of your growth buildings down and replace them with cool stuff. As well as, of course, getting access to a bunch more of your cool units. Basically everything you do get at level 5, and you just get more of them at level 4, rather. And then you just get more of them at level 5. Khalida is so graceful. We take melee attack on her, of course we do. Yeah, and from here, you know, Arkhan basically can't do anything. We're just going to hope that our ally takes this, so I don't have to, like, go out of my way to do it. Cindertep could get it, but... you know, we're just going to hope this dude doesn't have a way to get to my capital. Not my capital, but the capital here, Sudenburg. Alright. Alright. Man. Free armies are so nice, because you never have to care about anything. You just get a charge forward. Glorious. Alright, do we want any more stuff? Okay, we actually have access to this Crooked Flail of Radiance now, which gives you the banishment and this other stuff. Also, the Blade of Morning Fire, which gives you discouraged attacks on a different slot. Oh, and we can get... so this armor gives you 20 Fizz Resist all the time, and then gives you 20 Ward if you go under 50%. Seems kind of awesome. Armor of Eternity gives you regen. There's a lot of different ways to get regen in this tree. Okay. Well, we're going to get this, this Scorpion armor. Because, you know, only the best for the High Queen Khalida. 30% ward save all the time, or Fizz resist, and then 25 ward save all the time. And then if she goes under 50% health, then she goes up another big chunk. Seems good. And then she's got 2 different sources of regeneration. Good, good. I'm just gonna get the Chosen of the Gods here, cause yeah, Ushabti Great Bows to replace my Ushabti Great Bows. Can't hold my style. Can't break my style. Can't hold me down. That's how the song goes. I got to keep on moving, stay alive. Indeed, and that is what the Tomb Kings are all about: staying alive, kicking and screaming, but always, always staying alive. We just need more money, and then we can unlock these awesome Necro Knights, who are basically exactly like all the normal ones. Maybe they have shields and normal ones don't. Not the normal ones do. I have no idea what the difference is. We'll find out once we get access to them. We'll find out now. Alright, what is it? They have... better charge? Oh, they have a ton of HP. They have 3,000 more hit points. and just generically stronger stats across the way. Okay, well, they have 3,000 more hit points. That makes them pretty dang better. Of course, in any faction with healing, HP pool maxes are very important. But in any faction at all, they're very relevant. Poison attacks. I think all the Necropolis Knights have them. Because, yeah, it's listed on the card, isn't it? Yeah. Because sure, Khalida's army gets it to him, but if it's listed up there, then they always have it. I think it's just the 3k HP and the higher across the board stats. Which again, 3k HP over 10k, that's a real massive improvement. And then, you know, if you have like Necrotex around or any of the I mean, like, it's very, very influential, I imagine. Cetra running around like a fool. Like a Tomb King with his head cut off. Boom, roasted. And, yeah, we'll give you the Trickster's Helm, Neferkari the Coward. It's no more than you deserve, you trickster. You tricksy. Alright, so now, okay, now that we've embedded a Necrotect, we can get this, which will let us get Ruins at level 3, which would ordinarily be very good for specific applications, right? Like, say someone burns down one of your places and you want to get a pyramid right away rather than spending several turns getting the growth and whatever. Or maybe it's in a new place and you want to, you know, grab it or whatnot. But for right now, we'll just hold on to that because I don't really think we're going to need to get that done anytime super soon. We're just going to... And the 6th Dynasty could be real good. Immune to flanking for all characters is really good. All the stuff in this game's good. You know, they did a good job making me want all of the things they were doing. We're gonna take this boost to my rank and file because, I mean, hey, I love my skeletons. They are very important to me. They are very valuable Skelebros. $6K for a sack. This has got to be like a level 4. Haha, baby. That is awesome. Look at that. I see your army caps, and now they're mine. That's like so much money. I mean, just like... Arkhan, you're too kind. You're too kind. That's what everybody says about you. They're like, man, you know, that thing about Arkhan that's weird. He's just so nice. He'll give away anything, right? Alright, if we spend 2 turns recruiting here, Khalida can get something crazy. But she doesn't need to because this guy can recruit it and then have a crazy army. Alright, so what does he need? He needs 1 Bone Giant and a War Sphinx. And an Acropolis Knight with Halberds. Oh my goodness, because we have 10 slots to recruit here. Because of all the people here, that is insane. All right, well, let's get this army going, right? Does he need more than 1 Bone Giant? No, no army needs more than 1 Bone Giant. Take a Stalker. Take a Necro Knight. All right, we still have plenty of most of the stuff here. Do we want a Tomb Scorpion? I mean, why not? Do we have single-turn recruitment of Shopti and Global yet? No, we don't. Not yet. This is pretty. This is fun. It's fun having access to all of your dreams. I guess we just take a normal Necro Knight here. This dude's gonna have a sick army. This king rolls in. You know, we need to get a siege attacker in all the armies. I guess the Tomb Scorpion serves for that. But Neferkari the Coward, you know, we need to get the trait for him, and then we need to send him out into the world, you know, to make up for what he's done. We need to spin this Tomb Prince off to... Nah, he can hang out there. And then we'll be able to move over there. I don't think you gotta, like, go into the water here, because I remember being totally, like, stymied by this in the past. I'm like, what do you mean I can't just roll up and take it? But Arkhan the Black is in terrible shape. These monoliths, I have no idea where his army... Oh, never mind, I have an idea where his army is. We beat it, you know. We could take Talakwa here, I guess. Yeah, I mean, why should Sinatep the Betrayed not be engaged in battle, right? Because Kairos, I mean, we're perfectly happy for... Teclis is very happy to go all the way across here to fight, right? Like, he doesn't care at all. My man is ready to brawl. It's like, how much do we need a wall here? Not really. Kind of hate the idea of not having one, though. We'll just take money. Alright, we can get a landmark at Zandri, which means we should level up Zandri. You know, I bet if... It's like, I bet if Thutep moved here to Zandri, we could get it in... Oh, no, it's... I'm like, it's just the local region, right? Nope, it's, It works everywhere. Well, now we've got more Necropolis Knight recruitment. Oh, it's so nice. Alright, yeah, let's just get one of them. And we're broke again, but hey, you know, we're doing fine. 9k a turn is so much money from, like, our just passive income. Like, that's a ton. And soon we're going to stop spending so much money and we're going to be able to get the real benefits rolling. Do we take this? No. Yes, we'll take it right now. That way we won't forget. Arkhan. You know, if you're Tomb Kings and you're fighting against Tomb Kings, all you gotta do is push out a couple more armies very early, and they're not gonna be able to do anything about it at all. Alright, so they are moving here against them. So we're gonna be neighbors whether we like it or not, right? And the Knights of Khalida already have the Desolation of Nagash. Well, we know that the Skaven are here. I was like, if he has an army here, maybe we don't want to just go in blind. But yeah, we'll just declare war on him. And ask our allies to help. And then that'll give Cetra something to do that's productive. Yeah, and there we go. The Misty Mountains are now ours. And that'll be good, not least because we can just, like, stick a wall there, and that'll be a significant stymieing advance into our lands, because, well, all the factions that are alive up here right now can't really move through. What's there? Is there a book? There is a book there. Like, other near... So there's a book, like, all the way over here. That's not, like, really far from where I am, but it's pretty far from where I am. Because once we finish this war, what? We gotta have, like... You gotta stick, like, a dude, like, over here-ish, and then a dude, like, over here-ish, and then a dude, like, up here-ish. Because you gotta have, like, people on your borders, or... Well, they won't think that you can defend your land, you know, and they'll try to move against you. That is the way of the AI. They're not very polite. This dude, I'm super annoyed that they're still running around, but, you know, what are you gonna do, right? The ogres will trade with us. Seems good. Look, every little bit of trade tariff helps, right? And the ogres are... I mean, anyone who can be bought and that doesn't want to eat literal bones can be a good friend to the Tomb Kings, after all. We should be at level 4, or at the level 5 settlement level pretty soon in our main region. Very exciting. The Nemesis crown is now in the hands of Jenkins Backstabber of the Bone Rattlers. Jenkins Backstabber. Alright, so here we are able to just run across the thing there. And now the Land of Assassins is ours. And of course we still want to get to level 5 here, so it's all growth all the time until we sort that out. Yeah. And there you have it, you know. It sure would be nice to get this place level 4, though, because with this building letting you recruit things -1 local turn recruitment, like, you can get a bunch of very good stuff very quick here. Speaking of good stuff, do we need some Shopti for this army? I mean, yes, technically, yes. Nehakaran warriors are fine, but they're not, like, good at killing infantry like Ushabti are. So it's like they're good in the earlier game because you sort of get them, but, like, Tomb Guard, because they just last a lot longer, or feel like they do, like, I prefer to have them. You know, Silver Shields are good, and they've got good defensive stats and stuff. You always want some Skeleton Spears with you, though, because, I mean, even though this army's got 1,000,000 Tomb Guard halberds, it's not like, you know, not every army can have that many. But we're going to roll down here. This dude will wrap up Talakwa. Death's Head Monoliths will be beaten before too long, I think. Because he has no more lands besides this one. Yeah, no more lands besides this one. Yep, one more turn for this to get into order. Yeah, so when we're out of Misty Mountain, okay, yeah, from all of that stuff, we're still barely negative, you know, because we just took over. And, yeah, even with all that big corruption, yeah, doing fine. Doing fine. The Mortuary Cult, we now have access to almost everything. This is like a skeleton warrior summon one tap on it, but it's still, I mean, like, free. Nephrotic Scrolls of Mighty Incantation gives you spell intensity, so that seems worth taking. Spell intensity, of course, raises the, just like it says on the 10, the intensity of all spells, so it can really make a lot of a difference sometimes. Alright, Dynastic Legends. We're getting these Venom Knights. After all, they should be Khalida's Honor Guard. And from there, now we have the stuff to where we can just spend money and jars and get a whole bunch of heroes. That's pretty good. We're gonna get these horsemen as well. We're gonna unlock all of our dudes. Yeah, even the Carrion. Because we still got a lot of jars. We don't have, like, an infinite amount of them, but we've got a lot. In a few turns, we can get another army, or Confederate Katep, and, like, 5. And again, I don't even know if he's alive. And Katep's, like, all the way over here, so it wouldn't be, like, the most convenient thing to add him to our faction. However, I mean, depending on... If he's not in good shape, we can just, like, bring him back over here, and then we'll have Katep. I was hoping that we could, like, punch Arkhan and then make him join us, but I think it's just Cetra that can do that. I think Cetra can make him join. I know Cetra can get Katep and Khalida. I think Arkhan might be able to get both Katep and Khalida as well. I think Khalida and Katep can only get each other, I think. Which is a shame. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be able to make Cetra work for you, not without, like, ruining his whole shtick. Cetra, who serves sometimes. It doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? Great Desert of Araby levels up already. Is that just like a husky desperate for enrichment? Yeah. He does run around on a giant cat. It's like, please, love me. I am the best. Have you heard of my titles? And I'm like, yes, everybody's heard of your titles. And they're like, no, I am a cat and you must You must love me. Tell me all of my titles. And I'm like, yes, yes. Cetra the Magnificent. King of Kings. Blah, 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 blah. He's like, was that a blah, 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 blah? I heard him like, no, no, not me. Alright, so we only need, like, some of this growth to get there, so we're going to chop that growth building. Oh, that was actually the only one we did because it was money and all the other ones. Well, I mean, a port is a growth building, but it's a money building, too. Alright, so we're building the Zandri Pyramid. What even is the Zandri Pyramid? Oh, no, we're going to build it next turn. We can look at it then. And Cetra is up smashing our opponents. You know, good for Cetra. Good for him. Public order everywhere seems worth spending a little bit of money on. The Pyramid of Zandri gives you nothing you care about. Control everywhere, fine. Sea lane's journey duration, -1 turn. Are you joking? I mean, I guess it's thematic. Sure. You know, and a little bit of money from various tariffs. Look, we're gonna build all of them, so it's not like we're not gonna build all of them. Alright, so are these guys just sitting on my land? Just digging around, sitting literally on my land? They think that's how it's gonna be? There we go. Single turn recruitment Ushabti. We finally have enough buildings, and this is where the fun begins, right? And we want to sell Talakwa to them. I mean, like, another province would be good, though. Maybe we don't want to get rid of it. Because Teclis doesn't need more. Teclis can, you know, go down here or something. I don't know. Teclis is fine. And more land means better stuff for us. Yeah. So these guys just, like, have some lands on here, too. I kind of want to deal with the Skaven there. Of course, Krotgar, who's just, like, hanging out forever. It would be fun to get him to be a vassal. But again, if his AI doesn't work, how effective would it be? I mean, what's effective? I don't know. We're going to move towards Lightning Strike just because he's already so far down the tree. Alright, we'll thicken up that army. That guy's army is already pretty thick. This dude's army needs 2 chariots. A couple Tomb Guard halberds. This guy's army is Already awesome. He needs more archers and like a bone giant or something. Nah, he's fine. He's fine. He'll be okay without one. And Khalida, we just need to push her down here because we're probably just going to go and start bashing Kairos. I mean, we could send her up to Sartosa. I think we can just send the guys in, though. I think we can just send an expeditionary force out. You know, Thutep will want to adventure up there, won't he? Better if he had a better army. Not much better, though. Not much better. Yeah, got into the water, which is super awesome, because you lose a bunch of movement getting into the water, so if you can do it, like, right away, great. Did they fix Krogar now that 6? I think all the Lizardmen are still broken. I think they did the beta, and then... I don't want to be unkind, I think what they were looking to fix in the beta was the fact that it literally wouldn't run on AMD machines and not anything else that was wrong. Which I run NVIDIA. But there we go, Neferkari the Coward. You get this trait pretty quick, it seems like. And of course, while it does give you plague problems, if you don't get a plague... And if you maintain your corruption low, then you're not going to get a plague active here. And we're doing good on it, right? Like, our corruption is totally fine. Yeah, depending on, like, if we just have the characters, the armies, blah, 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 you know, there's good anti-corruption stuff. And we could even build, you know, a couple items to keep it from getting out of control. Because if it's under 50... Yeah, if it's under 50, we don't have a plague problem. And Nurgle isn't anywhere near us, right? There's Skaven, but Skaven, you know, you just try not to get a Skaven plague. But other than that, there's Nurgle here, and then it's like Nurgle like way up here, and then all the way over here. So we should, theoretically, not have to worry about plagues. Really worry about them if we keep it under control there. And then it's just, you know, a good place to get a really good trait. And speaking of good traits, let's roll out. Alright, first we need to beat these Sartosans on the field of battle so that they can't go home. Wonder if it's probably get all the corruption from province? I don't think so. I believe they start fighting with each other once they get higher. I think, like, basically, they prevent it from happening mechanically. But I'm not sure. I feel like I've never seen, like, very high numbers of all of them, right? It's like... If something gives it a bunch of vampiric attrition, it, like, it never has, you know, too many multiple kinds. Always feels like it's Skaven, never Skaven and vampiric and chaos, but maybe they could hit it. Maybe they could. Cetra is... You know, once we declared war on Clan Moors, I'm pretty sure Cetra has just been rolling over them. Yeah. Clan Moors went from 6 settlements to 2 in a matter of moments, and it very much looks like Cetra is just going to roll all the way over them there. Of course, from there, well, are the Tomb Kings really going to take over the world? I do know that the further Cetra gets from home, the harder it'll be for him to defend it against his best friend, the High Queen Khalida, who again has no reason to betray him yet. Alright, and Lamia now. Okay, so this was the hall that we could have built forever ago. 10 research rate, you know, it's cool. Is it good? 5% more tradable resources? I mean, it might be worth some money. Double experience gain when fighting against vampire counts and coast. I mean, is it worth a slot? I doubt it. Yeah, we can just get Hyrule Titan thing, and then whenever we get... No, not... I'm like, we can't afford it. We're 200 short. Alright, did we build a building recently? There we go. There we go. Now we're fine. And Cetra is going here to fight him, and that's awesome, you know. He won't get there, like, in time. But we can go and, you know, encircle it or something. I don't know. Kairos is coming in, wanting to fight. Well, he might find he got a little bit more than he wanted when Khalida shows up. We might find that we shouldn't be fighting him whenever he shows up. You know, we'll figure it out. Man, we didn't move very far there, did we? This dude is now recruiting. I hate him so much. Why is he even around? I mean, we took the Book of Nagash from him. What are you gonna do, right? But we're gonna go grab Sartosa before long. Aranessa's not gonna be able to stop us. I mean, what's she gonna do about it? The Sartosans have 4 settlements, so what are they going to do about it? It is your dynasty. And we get 8 attack and defense for the whole army. That's so crazy. And we'll be able to move up to Sartosa and grab that book before too long, because we just... Yeah, because he's got Lightning Strike. So if he just... I'm like, actually, both of these seem like problematic armies, but yeah, we can, like, who's got the good army here? Setep does. And Berekt is coming in with the other one, yeah. Setep doesn't take Lightning Strike. Yeah, we can just, that'll be fine, right? Right. I mean, of course it'll be fine. We're like super rich. We're getting like 11k a turn, which is of course enough to build like a pyramid or a level 5 settlement or 2 level 4 buildings or 10 level 3, you know, econ buildings. It's really good. It's a ton of money. Alright, so here they see us. And we just back up a little bit. Alright, so this is going to make our hero actions go down. That's fine, you know, because we never use them. Because we're not good. Cetra's here. He's not at war with this guy. And this dude spun off another army? Are you joking? We really actually very deeply need to deal with this rogue army situation now. That's ridiculous. It's like, he's gonna be able to get up to the Plain of Tuskers, isn't he? Like, yeah, he totally is. That stinks. Can I get another army right now? Nope, it takes 23 grand. Yeah, you know, look, if he burns it down, he burns it down. We'll be able to catch him before too long. With this guy that I inexplicably could have supported at the top and then moved here, you know, we're just going to take this and start another war. We're just going to take this and start another war. Of course, Kairos, I'm like, he could roll up here too. We don't need all of our armies up here. Alright, well, you know, it's like, it says we win, but I kind of want to do it anyway. I mean, how many more armies are we going to have an opportunity to fight against like this? Might as well do it. And that'll be like the last battle for the session. Yeah, oh god, it's already 12:45. I was having too good of a time. I was having too good of a time. I was supposed to stop talking like 30 minutes ago. It'll be fine. We'll do this one. You know, they got carronades and they got mortars and they got stuff, but we have, you know, a big army, and we'll just crunch them. Right, right. It's like, if we give AI control to any of our armies, is Neferkari the coward here? No. Okay, that's all right then. This is Enri Suleiman here. Enri. Alright, 2 minutes there, 1 minute here. We don't want our other army right there with their reinforcements, do we? Yeah, sure we do. Whatever. That's fine. Wow. I hit everything. There we go. I guess they're trying to, like, wheel to fire here. Like, I don't know how strong my guys are going to be if we just charge in here. Probably not, like, super strong, but I do know that I don't want to let their artillery fire at me for an extended period of time. And this should definitely be a way to stop them from doing that. Now, is it a way to run into depth guard with polearms? Yeah, if we run into them. But we might just walk right around. I said right around. Alright, do they have any big scaries? Not really. We're just going to shoot at their leader here. You know, these great bows could have been coming in the whole time. And we're just gonna collapse on these Morghuls and get to brawling. These zombies aren't braced, so we're gonna get a awesome hit there on them. All right, good stuff. King Proton on his mount. We're just gonna get him right in there immediately, right? We need all these dudes in here immediately because all of my scary monsters are unsupported here. We're just relying on them being good at fighting. And actually, I think it's fine because we just dive with very elite cavalry onto their artillery, buying us all of this time. And, you know, we got shot up on the approach, but here we're just going to drop a banishment right in the middle of them because, you know, that's what that guy's item does, right? And then the Sartosa militia are going to shoot my sepulchral stalkers, which feels really bad. That's like we weren't even aimed at them. We were just getting beat up. Here, you know, their reinforcing army really gets a lot of shots into our monsters. It's still fine, after all. This is just what we wanted. The man-eaters charging in. Just absolute insanity. And of course, our reinforcements back here aren't on the battlefield at all because, you know, they're still fine. Sepulchral Stalkers winning their engagements relatively. Zombie pirates with hand cannons, you know, who knows what they're doing. Probably shooting at point-blank range into my guys. They're deck droppers in the air, actually doing some work, you know. No one's ever said that before. But there is a time for everything and a place for everything, and the time and the place for deck droppers is, well, 10 years in the past. Hand cannons don't love it. Let's get this fire in here. Let's get the Ushabti firing. Where? No, not there. Tomb Scorpion going all the way down, getting beat on by carronades. Ouch. Ouch. And my Sphinx just getting shelled by carronades because I'm not paying attention. Man, oh man. All of my big units are getting shot up by their artillery in the back. My King Thutep is back here getting absolutely worked on by these man-eaters. You know, he's got a mortis. He's got a mortis and he stands alone. All my guys are running around unsupported. Does he even have regen? I don't think so. I don't think we gave him a regenerating item. Oh man. Oh, it's so rough. Okay, now my other forces are coming in from this reinforcement because we're losing so much. Roma Souls Ushabti. There we go. I was like, I kept thinking we're gonna have reinforcements come in here, but we needed to have people die before they came in. So not perfect. What are you gonna do, right? But now I was like, yeah, any minute now, all of our reinforcements will just come in and beat on their stuff. Hey Liam, how's it going, man? Indeed, Big War Simulator. Unfortunately, you found me right at the end of the session. It's about 1 a.m. here, and I've been playing about an hour longer than I should have. But it's nice to see you. And perhaps I'll catch you later on. But yes, this is a huge battle, far beyond my ability to micro, far beyond. But that's the point of Tomb Kings, right? You get embroiled in battles you shouldn't be in, find yourself dying randomly. Like, how is he even doing this? This is a gunnery wipe. Is like, oh, is he like shooting me and stabbing me? Well, he sure got that fight done right, you know. But it's all good. These Sartosans are gone. And even if, you know, even if we did lose a bunch of good stuff, these are undead armies, and now they're not in my land anymore. Never should have come here. Yeah, we lose all of the big valuable stuff. Of course, it's not valuable. It just takes an extra turn to recruit. We don't have to pay for it. And that's why I love Tomb Kings. It lets you take stuff like high-tier cavalry and just say, I'm going to charge it into the back end of their artillery, trusting that in 2 turns I can get more. And it's even true, you know? Because we got this army totally beat up. We lost the Lord in this army. I hope he's immortal. He might not be. And we make a ton of money. And now they're running away, but they're running away across the land. Alright, so the Tomb King is wounded, but not killed. That's good. Aren't they all immortal? I don't think so. Maybe they are, and I just don't know. I guess it would be... Oh, it's in the... it's in the campaign effects. Yeah, I guess all the Tomb Kings are immortal, and I'm silly. Of course they are. It's the Lich Priests that get it, and the Tomb Princes aren't, unless... Unless you get his stuff. But yeah, okay, yeah. The Tomb Kings can't be killed in battle. I'm silly. I should have anticipated that that would be the case. Alright. There's not an immortal skull in the tree. Yeah. Indeed. I will notice it. If I looked, I would notice it. But there we go. And setup. Okay, so this right here is... And he gets perfect vigor. That's far enough away from the capital, which I guess it's a little bit far away. So we can get perfect vigor fighting just like over here. Which... There's a pyramid that'll give it eventually, but hey, if we don't have it yet. Alright, so the Sartosans are out of our land. Brecht probably needs to go down in this direction rather than reinforcing to the top. Silksong in 32 hours. Yes, indeed. You can't contain yourself. Yeah. Well, try. You must contain yourself. Pull yourself together, man. But I'm very, very happy for everyone who is getting, you know, the time of their dreams. I, of course, will continue losing to the Radiance until morale improves. The beatings will continue. 400 income from this port? 400? I mean, sure, we're stacked in money now, but yeah, you can't shake a stick at that. Yeah, there we go. Tomb City. This dude's army is too good to just sit here. And yet, I don't have another army to give it to. We could just delete one of these guys. Yeah, if we hand off these things to Agatab. And then we can just chop this army. Yeah. Alright, and then... And the Dynasty Lords sets up here, you know, yeah, because he got replaced, so it takes longer. And that would make my, yeah, we should have thought about him being special before we did that. So that'll, you know, remove my Lich Freak faction-wide recruitment. But when you recruit new kings, you get all your bonuses. That's an important thing when it comes to replacing things in armies. So if you have, like, +8 recruitment rank like we do here, if you recruit a king to an army that doesn't already exist, it'll just be level 1. So sometimes, depending on what you're expecting, it can be good to recruit one and then like leave him in your pool just in case you lose a lord. If you have very high lord recruitment rates, it just depends. Usually by the point in the campaign that you have that consideration, you're not really losing lords anymore, but it could happen. And he can go ahead and start recruiting more units for the army. After all, that's what it's all about. Liam, you say your life's changed drastically, so lost family, side cheese, changed your entire lifestyle, got a girlfriend, and much more. Well, awesome, dude. You know, that's great. And I'm sure that, like, the guys, the people in Team Cherry would be gratified that you've, you know, identified so many aspects of your life that are also, like, intertwined with the story of those video games. Luke, indeed. My poor supply lines, how will I ever recover? And we're just gonna roll right up and take Sartosa soon. Neferkari the Coward will lead the charge, you know. He's not beaten the charges of cowardice, but alright, so we actually need to stay here so we can replan for a round. Yeah, we'll, both of them need to be here on deck so that they can recover. This is so awesome. This is so awesome. I've never, ever had this good of a time playing Tomb Kings in Warhammer 3. You know, so what if Krotgar's AI doesn't work? So what if I can never have her run this good again? This is amazing. You know, Luke, it's a great joke. It really, like, it's so far up my alley. Like, 'cause I know I mentioned, like, I used to play, like, a lot of Beastmen or, like, Nakai the Wanderer. Just anything where I don't have to care about the money. I mean, Nakai has to pay money, but, you know, your vassal income offsets the army costs. And alright, so there, we finally got them to move forward enough. Kairos Fate Weaver's right here trying to brawl, but you know, Cetra's right here too, so that actually could be pretty good. Yeah, we'll just stand there. Arkhan is like trying to have a party. He's very alarmed by what's going on here. There's like this rogue army here, Cetra's here. Imagine Arkhan. He knows he's about to actually properly die, maybe. I mean, Cetra's here, Khalida's here. He knows what's up. There's this rogue army here. I wish I could get Arkhan's Book of Nagash. That would be so cool. But I guess you gotta play as Arkhan if you want his book. Alright, yeah, everything is coming up Millhouse for real here. Because we just have like a zound of money. Every turn we have just so much. I mean, there's buildings we're not paying to upgrade, but those buildings aren't good at all. I mean, growth buildings are good, but you don't want to sink the money into upgrading them. The next two levels of a growth building are like not as good even as the first one. If you can get Federate Arkhan. Hey, now we're thinking. Now we're thinking. I don't think you can confederate Cetra. I don't think you can. You can't do it through diplomacy. And you can't do it through the mortuary cult. I don't think you can confed them. I think if you want everybody, you have to be Cetra. Another Ushabti summon seems good. When you get the other, like, proclamation, it, like, sort of makes some of the buildings even better. But we're just going to take the campaign movement, I think, here, and then worry about the other ones later. And I already said I was ending. We were supposed to end this video. It's 1 a.m. It's 1 a.m. I can't keep going. I could. I shouldn't. There's an arrangement. I'm already breaking it. We don't have work tomorrow, but still, I should have shut up a little bit before now. So we're gonna do it now. Anyway, man, this was so much fun. You know, we probably won't play the Khalida campaign tomorrow because we will be playing Three Kingdoms tomorrow morning, and very, very excited about that. Luke, hopefully we'll see you there. Of course, you know, I know life has lots of demands, so maybe we won't, but hopefully we'll get your input there and name a wise or vain, if you like, tactician after you. And yeah, Khalida is doing so good. I mean, look at that. 33 settlements with an income of 12K. Short victory achieved. We've got 3 of the books. I mean, everything's awesome. We got so many of our pyramids built. Diplomatically, things are, I mean, fine. Cetra is absolutely mauling Queek. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing indeed. But anyway, yeah. So tomorrow, Three Kingdoms. We'll also be playing some Hollow Knight, trying to beat the Radiance. Probably not going to do it. You know, we'll give her 30 minutes or an hour of attempts in there somewhere. And, you know, I don't work. I shouldn't have to run any errands, so I'm excited for a full day of video games and talking. But anyway, that's all I've got for you right now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Good night, Luke. Good night, Liam. Happy Silksong Eve, Liam. And I will see you guys later on, perhaps. And, yep, time for me to go to bed. I'll be back around in 8 or 9 hours, probably, you know, with a big old cup of coffee and an excited attitude about going into historical China with a little bit of the romance added. rather than Warhammer China or Warhammer Egypt. It'll be real historical figures with really cool literary flair added. But yes, indeed, Liam, technically Silksong tomorrow. But anyway, good night, guys.